In the male-dominated world of motor racing, there are a few standout individuals who break barriers, defy expectations and inspire millions. But one driver hoping to do that is Sophia Floersch. As the sole female driver in this season's Formula 3, Floersch is setting her sights on Formula 1, aiming to make history and change the sport for generations to come. Hailing from Munich in Germany, Floersch began her karting career at the age of 5 and competed across Europe until 2014. As Floersch progressed, she made the leap into the highly competitive world of single-seater racing. In 2016, Floersch signed with Motopark to drive in the ADAC Formula 4 Championship, and in her debut race, Floersch became the first female driver to ever score points. Moving up to Formula 3 European Championship, Floersch's career took an unexpected turn during the 2018 Macau Grand Prix on the Gaia circuit, a notoriously challenging track known for its high speeds and narrow sections. While racing down the main straight, Floersch's car made contact with fellow driver Jehan Deruvala, causing her to lose control. The impact propelled her car into the air and over the catch fencing at the Lisboa corner, an area with limited runoff space. Floersch's car crashed into a photographer's bunker and fencing before finally coming to a halt. Floersch suffered a spinal fracture as a result of the crash, along with other injuries. Her condition required immediate medical attention, and she was rushed to the hospital for surgery before embarking on a grueling rehabilitation process, determined to return to the track stronger than ever before. In November 2019, Floersch triumphantly made a complete comeback to motorsport, marking her eagerly awaited return with a signing for a one-off event in the Formula 3 Championship. However, her luck took a turn for the worse as a spell of misfortune unfolded, starting with an untimely mechanical failure that forced her to retire from the race. For the 2020 season of the F3 Championship, Floersch signed with Campos Racing, becoming the first woman to race in the championship since its formation after the GP3 series and European F3 categories were merged. But it wasn't to be for Floersch, as she was hampered by several mechanical problems and finished 29th out of 35 drivers in the standings. It was during this time that Floersch became a passionate advocate for gender equality and diversity in motorsports, and namely opposed the all-female single-seater racing championship W Series. Floersch told a German newspaper at the time, "It's a marketing thing, and in my eyes it's not the way to help women in motorsport. For me, racing in the W Series would be a step back on a sporting level. I want to compete with the best in my sport, and the best drivers are men, so I want to race among the men. Only then I can get myself in the spotlight for a better category. I don't want to be a marketing number." Switching from single-seaters to endurance racing, Floersch competed in the European Le Mans Series between 2020 and 2022. She also received a call-up from Algarve Pro Racing to replace Diego Menchaca in the 2021 European Le Mans Series season finale at Portimao. She finished third alongside Ferdinand Habsburg and Richard Bradley, achieving the team's first podium and becoming the first woman to ever finish on an overall podium in the series. This year, Floersch has returned to the Formula 3 Championship, signing with PHM Racing by Charouz. Shortly after, she was announced as a new member of the Alpine Academy, having been selected by the brand's new racehair programme. Now, if you're an outsider looking at Floersch's record, you might not be impressed, as the championship is a spec series. All teams and drivers that compete run the same car. However, that doesn't mean that all drivers, when they line up on the grid, are equal. There are roughly 1,200 different setup options on a spec series car, and it's up to the teams, with feedback from their drivers, to choose the best setup for the track. How much money a team has is also a factor. The richer the team, the better their setup equipment, engineers, mechanics, parts, simulators and sensors are. So to really get an idea of how good a driver is in Formula 3, you need to compare them to their teammates. Up until the 5th round, PHM Racing by Charouz had 3 full-time drivers: Flörsch, Roberto Faria and Piotr Wisnicki. While none achieved points, Flörsch outperformed both Faria and Wisnicki in 6 out of 8 races. A pretty nice statistic if you ask me. The future holds endless possibilities for Flörsch, leaving us with the compelling question: what next? As we turn our gaze towards Flörsch's path to Formula One, it becomes evident that the road ahead is a formidable one. However, there is optimism that she will continue to surpass her teammates this season, and in 2024 possibly transition to a more prominent team such as Prema or Trident. This opportunity would provide Flörsch with the platform to showcase her true potential and demonstrate the value she brings to the sport. Have you been keeping up with the action-packed world of Formula 3? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let me know who your standout driver is for this season.